Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Katherine Kelly, and I want to bring you a few messages to get your new year started and get you off to a really good start as far as using this EVOLVE acronym that I created. And I want to start by saying that really the only thing I love more than closure is a new beginning, because I do think that there is an excitement, there's a momentum, there's something about the energy that takes you forward when you start examining your life and start looking at what you can change. And, as far as we know, we are the only species that can consciously decide we need to change something in our lives. Evolution does happen behaviorally for the animal kingdom and for the plant kingdom. But on the other hand, from a human perspective, we are the only species that we know of that can say, gosh, I need to change that. And really, the only way we change that is by taking a look at what needs to be changed. Now, as a therapist of almost 34 years, I know that one of the toughest things for people to do is stop and take a look at themselves. It's the toughest thing, and that's partially why it's so challenging for people to choose to come into therapy. But it's also when I start asking the questions, the probing questions, to have people start taking a look inside, it can be very uncomfortable. But I want to encourage you to really think about this as a time of discovery, a time of exploration, and a time of curiosity. Because instead of being afraid of what you are going to find, which is what a lot of people are, they're very afraid of what they're going to see about themselves or hear about themselves or learn about themselves. But if you can really look at this as a discovery period or a curiosity period, it's going to take you so much further in your evolution process. Now, when I journal, I never know what's going to come out of my hand and I do handwrite my journals, but I never know what's going to come out of that series of words or sequence of words that comes together. But I think it's super important to sit down with yourself with curiosity, learn about yourself, open up to yourself. And by examining who you are, and I do always go back to my soul health model because it's a very complete model in helping people really take a look at each one of those branches and help them understand that within each one of those branches, you can learn something about yourself that will help you not only align your life, but it will help you grow and evolve into the person that you are meant to be. So this examination process is the first part of the acronym, but it's also the most important part of our evolution, is to just give yourself permission to look. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to journal because it does mean facing yourself. But just a little reminder that in order to evolve, we have to take a look. And also, secondly, is that whole idea, that the essence of who we are, that soul part of us, which to me is the most important part of us, that is what we are here to grow. That is what we are here to take further, because as scientists say, the human body has evolved about as much as it's going to, but give or take, of course. But when we think of our soul's evolution, the essence of who we are and the collective energy that goes between each soul on this planet, we have infinite possibilities for growth. So we need to really examine what it is that we can do to make our lives better. And without examining, we are not going to get anywhere for the most part. So I want to just encourage you all to take a look and go within. And, again, I'm an avid journaler. I love journaling. I've journaled for decades. I think the other thing is just learning to sit with yourself, look at yourself in a different way. The other thing that I teach people to do is to look at their lives from a big lens. In other words, widening that lens enough to go, why is this happening? What could I learn from this? What can I take from this? How am I handling this differently than I used to? How do I want to handle my life differently than I am right now? And so it's all that conscious evolution piece that can take you further. So I want to invite you to really step into that whole world of examining yourself in a way that is introspective, that is insight oriented, and that you really take what is going on within you as a cue. Now, in my book, Soul Health, I talk a lot about how emotions are cues from our soul. It is the voice of our soul trying to come through. And so if you allow yourself with curiosity and with anticipation of learning something, if you allow yourself to observe and examine those emotions that might be coming up with you or within you, you are going to get further. And so, I've got so many folks who I work with that I'm trying to get them to just be present with their emotions, be present with what's going on inside of them, be present with their thoughts, because they're afraid of them. And it's that whole idea of turning the mirror on yourself. Yes, it's one of the most challenging and difficult things to do. And yet, if we don't do it, we are missing a bunch of steps. So that's why I think this examination part of the EVOLVE acronym is so important. And I just wanted to kind of emphasize that a little bit as you embark on 2022 and take yourself into this new phase of evolution. Now, numerologically speaking, 2022 is a year of new beginnings anyway. So to me, I'm very excited to see how this year goes. I'm ready to embrace whatever happens and really kind of watch what's going on within me and what's going on around me as part of my own examination process. So I invite you to do the same. And I look forward to working with you throughout the year to help you get through that evolutionary process. Thank you.